let's ride. Unified leadership. Light the flame, turn it up loud, remember the name. Unified leadership. Power and pride, we don't just talk, we testify. Unified leadership. Heart and grind, purpose and rhythm, perfectly timed. Bass hit heavy, croppers and rhythm, purpose and rhythm, perfectly timed. Bass hit heavy, crowd on sway. Culture clay, truth and play. Sifu Rafael, calm control, leaders in sync. Hearts of gold, focus sharp, the mission clear. Every step forward, silence the fear. Discipline, dripping, confidence, how we move together, we amplify. Who we are, unified. What we lead, unified. Stand tall, unified. Every time, unified leadership. Raise that bar, leaders in rhythm, born to spar. Raise that bar, leaders in rhythm, born to spar. Steady and true, the sound of the few that follow new. Strong alive, this is the beat where leaders thrive. Unified leadership.
That captures me every time, man.
Yeah, it gets me too, bro. That is so hot, man. I mean, it's hot.
Yeah,
Just from the music perspective, bro. Like that's, man, brother. I tell you, I feel that in my spirit every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
Isn't it incredible how we came up with that?
It's destined, man. It really is destined, because I look at it simply as I say it every day, Sifu, some way, form, or fashion. Whoever I'm speaking with, in that's the simple internal, the spouse, the kids. It's really about unification, man. And figuring it out. Just that simple. How do we figure out to unify? Mr. John is a perfect example. I missed his email. I did. I missed it. As I go back through the emails and all the different marketing emails that come to my business email. And
you're talking about John, who wrote this book, right?
Yes. Shout out to Mr. John. Yeah, right. Bro. Yes, so, Mr. John.
Phenomenal, man. He's going to be on our show later on this month, so it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. But yeah, man, it's same thing that unified. When I left him a message, just reaching back out to him, man, I told him, I said, it is a unified front, brother. And you are an amazing individual. Like I told him, I typed in your name in Google and it popped up, just the amazing man that you really are. And I say that wholeheartedly. And I said, bro, Sifu told me you're coming on Unified Leadership with this. I said, bro, like you have to understand the different diverse backgrounds that we have. Us unifying together, it sparks something very special. So the Unified Leadership, brother, it's amazing. It is. It really is.
I'm excited for today's topic because we're talking about the next steps of leadership, right? So what are the next steps of leadership? You and I are creating something really phenomenal, and it's called the Intensive, right? Unified Leadership Intensive. And the reason that I think that we came up with the Intensive is because we're going to compile so much information into a 2-day. For those who do the VIP session, they get the extra bonus third day. But even if you just came to the 2 days, it is a unified leadership intensive where you're going to walk away with actionable steps, because we're going to have a workbook. We're going to have so much different stuff. There's actual workshops. There's a mastermind. There's a collaboration. There's breaking bread. It's going to be phenomenal. And who doesn't want to be in a situation or in a room where you're getting qualified leaders to come in and help and share their knowledge with us?
Absolutely. Yeah, it is powerful, Sifu. When I think of like a think tank almost, it's one of, excuse me, it's an example of leaders being able to come together and stretch one another, like straight up and down. That's where I want to be as a leader. For me personally, Sifu Rafael, I mean this wholeheartedly. Leadership is an ever-growing phenomenon. It's not, oh, I accomplished this in 25. I did this, and I spoke on this stage in 2025, and I made this amount of money in 2025. It doesn't mean that's what 2026 can unfold to be. You have to stay in, love with sharpening the blade, brother. The more you sharpen that blade, the more you put yourself in situations that stretch you to grow. You put you in a situation where on the far end of not easy, I grew. That's what this is about, man. Where we come together, Farmingdale, New York, as leaders. Because again, you're going to give something every time that I need. I believe I'll give something that you need. Individuals that stay in the space with us, a deep dive, kneecap to kneecap workshop that where we're coming together and saying, "Hey, man, you take these tools and you go back and you implement." So important, my good brother.
It is important. And one of the things, because you've been at the space, right? What
Yes,
is the vibe that you felt when you came into the space?
yeah. I felt a vibe that, again, I was able to see years of equity, sweat equity, as I would call it. I was able to see years of foresight. I was able to see years of dedication, the attributes that make up a real leader. And that's not to toot your horn, brother. It's just the reality of the truth. That space that you have curated over countless years, I'm sure, because you've had that space for how long, Sifu?
That particular space since 2013. But
Yes, I mean,
my first place that I opened up was in 95.
yes. So again, and I mentioned it earlier in the week on the NYC Live experience. Bro, that's not overnight. I do not have a storefront brick and mortar. I don't. Have I had visions of having one? Yes, I have. For me, it's a record store. I love records and music and all the good stuff. So for me, I've always said, man, I'd love to open up a record store and to have my own vibe there, the conversations that come along with it. So being in Farmingdale at your space, it wasn't so much of, the layout of the place is amazing, but it was more so like, wow, I know seafood went along this journey and it is possible. It's possible for me to go out here and have a record store if that's what I really pursue and push myself to
Mm.
really do. Uh, so again, man, I saw you all through it. If I could answer the best way I know how, I saw you through it. I saw the man today, the leader today, that can walk proudly anywhere on this planet and say, "Hey, I had a vision, I had a dream, I had a goal, I stuck to it. I did what was necessary to make it happen and manifest and come to fruition. And now I'm able to truly, truly serve others." Bro, that's leadership at the highest level, man. That is the next step of leadership. Is seeing it, putting in the work to ignite it, manifest it, and then live out that purpose. So that's what it's about, brother.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And
Yeah,
I am humbled by the words that you shared with me today and everybody else. But for me, it's not. If anybody knows me, I don't toot my own horn, right?
right.
And that's not what a leader does, right? A leader is more about tooting other people's horns. That's what you just did, right? You tooted my horn, if you
Yeah,
will,
man.
and that goes to show the type of leader that you are, because you've led many, and you
Yes,
still lead many, and a true leader is always looking at the future of the people that they're leading. They're not just looking at their own future; they're looking at the future of others. And so
yes,
for me, the reason I believe that you and I unified to create this movement, if you will, is because we both have that same passion of
Yeah,
not just helping ourselves, because hey, guess what? We're going to help ourselves no matter what. Every,
yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
we're fighters. There's no doubt. So it's about, let's bring others into the battle, right? Let's bring others who are going to share the wisdom that we have, but we're going to share their wisdom so we all grow. It's not about me, it's not about you, it's about us. And when we can gather others with the same mentality, that's where unified leadership truly comes in. We want people in our fort, if you will, to be hunters, gatherers,
Yeah, man.
people who see the vision that we have, right? Man, sit back a little bit. Am I seeing a right shirt there? Let me see that shirt, man.
Oh, this
I
was
see a light bulb, man. I see.
yeah.
Look at that.
That was my very first print with the big
I like it.
square. And
Yeah, yeah,
I consider this the original, man. The first rendition
yeah.
of physically seeing it like we were just talking about, brother. Yeah, I ordered this off of what's it called? Sticker Mule, I think. Sticker Mule, I think is what it's called.
Back in the day.
Yeah, but I've evolved from this. Now it doesn't have the big block background. Now it's DTF and official look like you buy it out of the store type. So, but again, Sifu, as you just spoke on that's what it is, man. The humbleness of getting out there and believing in yourself. I love it, man. Today's Friday, 9 January 2026, brother. I see you smiling. I love the suit jacket that you have on.
Man.
I really do, man. And I feel unified, and again, our brother Emilio Roman's in the chat. Him and
That's
I were just unified helping veterans. We're leaders. That's what we do, man. Like and it's so infectious when you're around other leaders, when you're around other individuals that have the same love for it. I think about uh, a gentleman by the name of Chris March. Chris March, he's out in Australia, lived in Toronto, Canada for I want to say see for about 10 years. Leadership coach,
Mm,
and I saw his Instagram, man, and I remember looking at his Instagram saying, man, I got to get to that level. What's my next step to get to that level of how he is showing force of his leadership style
mm,
on Instagram. And I remember DMing Chris, introduced myself, and I remember telling him, man, I'm a leadership coach too. Like I finally found someone on Instagram that's not on here flashy and their Rolex watch and just all about themselves and bravado. There's literally someone on here that is speaking about the reality of leaders and how we get better as leaders, how we move from failure to success, all these different beautiful attributes that he shared on a day-to-day basis. And I remember one key line, Sifu. I said, I'm not a groupie. So I'm not in your DM. I am a real person. I'm not a bot. I'm not trying to, market to you in your DM of Instagram. I'm a real person. My name is Timothy T.O. Clay. Here's my phone number. I'd love to connect with you, brother.
mm.
And man, 2 years to the day right now. He's back in Australia, his native land. uh, Introduced him to Jose. Him and Jose have talked because I told him, I said, bro, if you're a leader, this is something you want is connected leaders.
Right.
And not saying that you have to operate within it like this perfect way of being. However, you want to be connected with other leaders. And now he's seen this show and he was like, bro, unified leadership, man, you all are killing it, T.O. He sent me a WhatsApp. Now that he's back overseas, we mostly dialogue via WhatsApp. He's like, man, I love it, brother. So again, in the future, you know, you and I behind the scenes, we'll chop about it, but would love to have Chris on his show because he's a real leader. He understands why we take this time and space at 0830 on Friday mornings to once again, same word I used earlier, to curate a space for leaders to develop and grow, brother. Yeah, man.
We love to have Chris on the show, especially when you talk so fondly of him. There's something that you said that when I was younger, I thought that the flash was really cool, right? Like having the bling, having the watches, because I used to wear watches and jewelry and all this stuff. I have nothing, nothing, zero, no jewelry, zero jewelry. And so nobody can judge me
Mm, yeah.
because of whatever bling I have. Yeah, I can actually, I have some fancy watches in my closet. I haven't even worn them in, I don't know, 15, maybe 18 years. I haven't worn them. They're
Mm,
still in my closet, right? Maybe I should give them away. Maybe it was what I should do, right? And they're not cheap watches, they're expensive watches. But for me, they don't matter. They don't matter anymore. Why? Because I want to know the time. I go on my phone
that's
and
it. Right,
boom, it's
right.
that simple. I carry my phone with me, right? And the other thing is because I don't want somebody judging me because of what I'm. Yeah, I do like to wear jackets. I do like to dress somewhat
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Don't
nice,
get me
bro.
wrong. You're gonna see me in a t-shirt. You'll see me in a t-shirt. You'll see me in a button-down shirt, or you'll see me in shorts. You'll see me, but I don't want people judging me on what I wear or what I have on. I
Right.
want people judging me on the character
Yes.
that I am. And some people do say I'm a character, anyways,
Yes.
right? But I think that it's the way that we treat other people and how we help them elevate is the character that I want to build for me. And I want people to see me in a different light than if they see somebody wearing a fancy watch or driving a fancy car.
Right.
Those things used to matter to me. I used to have fancy cars and all this stuff. And then one day I said, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Why is that important? I literally let all of that go.
Mm,
And I know some people listening, like, what are you crazy? I love my cars. I love my watches. I love my fancy stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. By all
right.
means,
Right.
keep doing it. Keep doing it. If it makes you happy, life is too short not to be happy.
That's
Be
right.
happy with it. But it wasn't making me happy. It was making me put a facade on. Me personally. I'm not talking about anybody else. Do you. And you is who you need to be. For me, I don't need to showcase
Right.
anything except what God has given.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I even this morning at 4:30 in the morning, I'm reading and I'm looking at this. I'm going to share it with you, right? And it says, "Remain in me, and I will remain in you. Just as no branch can bear fruit by itself without remaining in the vine, neither can you bear fruit producing evidence of your faith unless you remain in me."
That's
And
it.
that is by John, right? John 15. So I remain with God
Yeah.
so I can bear the fruit because He is, I'm just a branch, man. I
Yeah.
am just a branch.
Yeah.
So I had to take a, because I did it in my Bible app, right, this morning. And I said, yeah, that's it. I can't bear any fruit, right,
Mm,
if I don't believe, if I don't have Him in my life. And so, LS, thank you for joining us today. So
yeah.
when we think about leadership, for me, it stems from in here. and from
Yeah.
the actions that I take every day. So thank you for letting me share this part, because it's not for me. It's never been about the bling. I don't always look at people and say, "Oh man, I want what they have,"
Yeah.
because that's material things. We can all
That's
get
right.
that. We can
Yes.
all get it, right? People have gone to jail because they try to get bling. They
It's
try
a
to get
fact.
things that don't belong to them.
It's a fact.
Earn your right
Mhm.
to earn those things. But that just because you can have them doesn't mean you need them.
Yes.
So for me, I am proud of my facility, right? Because it's it's just a building,
Mhm.
but it's the memories that were built in there that
Yeah.
create that space. That the warmth of that space doesn't come from me. It comes from everyone who's ever entered it.
Yeah.
And so that the unified is about unifying leadership everywhere we go.
Yes.
Whether I'm at a restaurant, I'm at a store, I'm in the park, who I communicate with. That's unifying.
Yes. I'm with you on that, brother, because for a couple reasons, man. And when I say with you on that, meaning everything you just said, because what is our bona fide topic of today, seafood? You see it stressed across the top, the next step of leadership.
Mm.
I believe that's for it's inevitable. It really is. Every time we're going to keep taking these steps. In the mind, I don't really much see it as actual steps. Like I just keep walking up the step for something here on this planet Earth, more so than man to the Creator, to the Almighty. It's to Almighty God. Like and I wore those watches. They were not as expensive as yours, Seafood. I had some Folexes and some Bolexes and some change that man turned my little neck green after 30 days. I don't know, but in all actuality, we grow, we take the next step, man. If your heart's in alignment in the right direction, you and I both have experienced that on multiple levels, brother. We're experiencing it right now in real time.
Mm.
We created this together because one, we love one another. That's where it started. Just the love that we have for one another, us being in alignment of two men that understand the importance of our relationship with Almighty God. You just read it, John, out of the book of John this morning. It's, those things matter. If nothing is taken away for a next step for an individual developing their leadership, other than what I took away from those gentlemen this morning on their show was the gentleman, Mr. Sifu Rafael, he wakes up in the morning and he consumes the word. He's really consuming the word. And that, my friend, is really that next level of growth as a leader, I believe. And you said it. You just stopped one day and said, "What am I doing? Like, what am I doing?" Same with me, brother. I stopped with drugs in my hand and said, "Man, what am I doing?" I knew in key moments of my life, Sifu, that I can't grow, I can't go further in life. I can't uh, develop as a leader in the manner in which I want if I'm self-sabotaging myself with certain things. It just has to be cut out. So I'm with you, bro. Uh, I don't think it's the watch. I don't think it's the suit. I don't think it's uh, the shoes. That I really do believe it is the character. However, I agree with you, my good brother. That man, it's okay to be nice because, like you said, if you're not happy within, what does it matter in the first place? We think about our brother Lance a lot, man. Lance, I'd love to see Lance's closet. You know, I'd love to just stand and just go through his closet and be like, man, and hear him share, man, I bought this suit during this time. Oh man, this suit was gifted to me during the holidays from my wife, or oh man, this particular suit, you know, fill in the blank. Because that's a part of his story. That's a part of his leadership journey. That's a part of his growth as a man of character, a leader. So me, if I may, Sifu, I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, I have suits galore, bro. I really do. I have nice shirts and collared shirts and button downs and you know, but I like you said, being my authentic self.
Yeah.
I just do, man. You know, again, like you said, shout out to LS Kirkpatrick. You know, I can use her as another example of a leader who gives constantly. LS gives. And if she's still listening, know this, LS. I know a gentleman, Sifu and I both. His name is Sharon Maurice Thomas, aka Big Mo, gives a message of empowerment everywhere he goes. If
I
you
love
were to hear LS, if you hear Big Mo speak about you, it's a phenomenal thing
that. Mm.
because that gentleman truly respects you, loves you, adores you, just for who you are as being your most authentic self. And you know, I saw LS not long ago. She was standing on the front porch. I think it was like that's a part of, you know, some of her content, porch stories or something in that nature. And I saw her on the porch and I just remember how I felt because her character was on display, you know, and hearing what Mo has to say about her, Seafood, and seeing her, you know, out and about, you know, in the different communities that we're amongst. Uh, I'm happy to know her, you know, and that's what I pray for you and I that, you know, the individuals tuning in, listening, watching, they walk away today, 9 January 2026, saying, man, I'm happy to know those gentlemen because of, you know, the aspects of what we're teaching on right now in leadership, taking the next step. What is the next step for you?
Mm.
There is a next step, whatever that may be. You know, Sifu's mind body method, you speak about a lot of those things. If you don't mind, brother, this past Monday, what was the big takeaway from taking that next step that you all talked about on Monday?
Well, first, I need you in that method. I need you to come to
Okay.
me on
You told
Mondays.
me that. I got to take that next step. I really do. I do, bro.
So we talked about one of the most important things that some people negate is the protein, right? The protein that our body needs, but also about weightlifting, right?
Mm,
Because women need weightlifting desperately more than
okay.
cardio is. There has to be a balance, right? Life has to be balanced. And in the
Yeah.
old days, they said, you know, for women, it had to be only cardio. And that is a misconception. Weightlifting does not make a woman bulky, it makes them strong. Their
Okay.
posture gets better. So when we think about all the different things of how we as leaders show up, we need to stand tall. We need to be erect. We need to be strong in every aspect of our lives.
Mm,
So if we only do cardio, we're off balance, right?
right. Right.
My whole life, I've been training people in every aspect. From when I was in high school, it's always been functional fitness. So functional fitness is body weight, but also using weights because we need to be strong enough when we get older so that we can still open a jar. We can still go
Right.
up and
Right.
down the stairs without huffing and puffing. So that's an
Mm,
important aspect. As a leader, you need these pieces of your life to come together to continue moving forward. So the 8 pillars that we talk about, they're pretty simple. First is movement. We have your mindset, you have
yeah.
nutrition, you have hydration, You have journaling, which is so important, right? And then you have fasting. Fasting is probably the healer that people miss, because what happens is we consume all this food, and some people consume the wrong foods. And
Right.
so what winds up
Yes.
happening as a leader, we are running around from here to there, there. Oh, let's get some fast food and this and that. And all of a sudden, we're hurting our temple. We're hurting that which is carrying us day in, day out, which is fortifying our growth. But we forget to truly take care of it.
Yeah, man.
If you ever walked into a church and the church is dirty, you know something is wrong.
Right.
So if our temple is dirty, something is wrong. So fasting is a great way for people to cleanse their insides. It takes all the negative and it kills it. It literally kills it. All the good cells come and say, hey, wait a minute, we're fasting, we're hungry. You you're no good. Here, we're gonna
Yeah.
take over. We're gonna eat you up because you're no good for us. You're
That's right.
hurting the body. So
Wow.
fasting helps us to eliminate that which is hurting us. So a lot of people say, "Oh, fasting. Why do you're going to be hungry?" You're going no, actually, you are not hungry. You're cleansing.
Mhm.
You are becoming the leader you're supposed to be. You take the good and you leave the bad out. You take the
Yeah.
bad out. You take
Yeah.
the trash out.
Yeah.
So think about this. Every day we have a choice, and those are the choices. So moving on, we go into the fasting aspect, but then we also have to go into the sleep. Because sleep, even though I wake up, people are like, oh my God, you're up at so early. Yeah, so what? I was up at, three something this morning.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean I didn't get enough sleep. My body tells me when to get up.
Right.
What happens is when people hit that little snooze alarm, you know what they're doing? They're not listening to their body. Or maybe they shouldn't put the alarm on
Mm.
because they're not getting enough sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, is because you're either going to sleep too late
Mhm.
or you're not understanding your sleep cycle,
Yeah.
and you are waking up groggy. I wake up energized.
Yeah.
First thing, as soon as I go from a sleeping state to a wake state, I pray. Thank you,
Yeah,
Lord.
bro.
Thank you. I go into gratitude. Thank you for the gifts you've given me. And that's so the sleep, the last one and the most important one. The reason I call it last is because sometimes the last needs to wait for the others to catch up, and that's faith.
Yeah, bro.
So faith is so important as a leader. We have to have faith. We have to have faith in our dreams, in our ambitions, in our actions, in our game plan, in our calendar, and all the things that make us a leader. Faith is so important, but faith is blind. Think about it. I pray to God, yet I've never seen him
Mhm.
except in my sleep, except when I
Mhm.
close my eyes
Yeah, bro.
or when I look in the mirror, because God built us in his image.
Mhm.
And when you look in the mirror, you should be seeing God
That's a
because
fact.
you're built in his image.
That's a fact. Wow, bro. Thank you, man, for that. I needed to hear that today. Sitting here with you on this live stream. Out to Twitch, out to Facebook, out to YouTube, out to LinkedIn, and sharing is caring, as we all love to say. Share these things out, man. What was just said is so profound, brother Sifu, and I needed to hear that. That's again the next step of leadership is what step am I taking right now? You know, small steps, great distances, man. And that step could be any one of those pillars that Brother Sifu just named out there. You have to understand. He spoke on faith. He spoke on sleep. He spoke on having a balance. He spoke on nutrition and eating right and protein for the body. Those are the next steps of a real leader. Like it's not easy, you all. Let's just make that abundantly clear. Taking the next step in leadership is not easy, but it has the potential to be if you make these keystone habits just that, a real habit. And small steps with these habits create great, magnificent distances. Because I could promise and tell you what I just extracted from what you just said, Brother Sifu. You said faith is blind. Some people don't even understand what that really means. Because, like you said, you know, it's looking in the mirror every single day, giving an affirmation. I am great. I am great. I am great. I am great. Small steps. You just keep saying it every single day. You're going to look up and then realize, like, wow, man, great things are happening because I'm looking at myself every day and I'm affirming myself as a leader, taking the next step to do something that I have not done. I'm getting a different result. Uh, you also spoke about the importance of sleep, brother. Oh man, and you said in the dark hour of sleep, we can see God, bro. I always talk about it. I see this orange bright light when I close my eyes. And when I pray, man, I see that same bright orange, just it's almost like I can't even describe it. It doesn't look like the sun. It doesn't look like a tangerine. It doesn't look like a basketball. It is only what my comprehensive mind truly sees that has developed over all of these years of closing my eyes and giving myself, like you said, my character, my greatest attributes to something greater than me. And that something is God, Sifu. So, brother, listen, man, when we talk about leadership, man, Sifu Rafael, bro, like we truly understand the tenets that go along with that. And collectively unified together, man, there's always such an enormous takeaway from it. And there's thousands of podcasts, thousands, millions. I would say we're probably in the millions by now. There's millions of podcasts out there, millions of shows out there, millions of experts speaking on, these particular topics. And we're in the age of information. It's so enormous. However, I stopped by, as we say as United States Marines, the little yellow birdie with the little yellow bill. I'm stopping by to tell you, the little yellow birdie with the little yellow bill. Go back, listen to the things that were said today on this unified leadership platform. Go back and listen to it, sister. Whoever you are out there, if you're only hearing the audio, trust me when I tell you, I'm asking you to really trust me. If you go back and you listen, he also mentioned journaling, probably one of the most important. Go back, write a few of these things down that really highlights what you know in your heart can help take you to that next step as being a leader. And I promise you, you act upon those things, you implement those things, you're going to see the change, man. Like character wise, Sifu, I could listen to you speak all day. You tell me the same thing. T.O., I could listen to you speak all day.
Yeah, for sure.
And being transparent, I love that on this Friday, the things that you mentioned today, I can continue to implement, bro. I can write it down on my little board back here. And what do I need to double down on? You know, it's not journaling for me right now because I'm writing chapters, I'm writing forwards for anthologies, and I'm doing a lot of writing right now. So journaling is I'm getting that off. I'm taking that next step in that journaling. Um, faith, the faith is strong, man. Like I'm not a leader at all without the faith. And I know I will fail as a leader every day, every aspect of the day, if I'm not keeping my faith in God in check and in alignment, period. Uh, the balance aspect of it, like you said, we're leaders. We stay running and gunning, Seafood. We're out here doing whatever we got to do, eating McDonald's on the fly or whatever, if you do that. But the reality is, man, I can write down what can I be better at. So again, man, check that out, bro. Like I'm being uh dead smack serious. If you do some of those things out there, you're going to definitely benefit from it, and you're going to move to that next step as a leader, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I,
bro.
I think that the way we think about leadership, I see a lot of people. I'm a people watcher,
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow, they're not leading their own life,
Oh man.
or they're not leading their own kids. Who's the leader, the kid or the parent?
Oh man. That's a great topic right there.
Right. So that's another great topic we can always talk about. But when we look at other people, and I've seen so many people out there who truly need leadership in their life. Some people
Mhm.
think they're leaders, but when you look at their actions, a lot of them are followers. And to become a leader, you have to do the hard things,
Yeah.
the things that some people just do not want to do. And I believe that in order to become a leader that you would even lead others who may be like minded, people who you can be a leader and lead people who are smarter than you.
Oh,
You can
big
be
time.
a leader and lead people who are more gifted than you.
Yeah.
Look at, and we're going to talk into basketball, right? Look at all the famous and most predominant basketball players that have ever lived. Every one of them listened to their coach, who didn't play as well as they did, but they needed them.
That's right.
Without their leadership skills, they would not have been the player they would have been.
That's it, bro.
So even a top leader needs leaders to help guide them. Because
Yes.
guess what? This is why a coach is so important, because you cannot see. Coach Teal, you don't know what's in the back of your head, do you? You know,
I
you
don't.
kind of know. You don't know if
Yeah.
something that's there, or maybe a little bug landed. You don't know. I don't know if a bug just landed on my neck. I don't know, because
Right.
it came so gently. Or maybe there's something that maybe I didn't comb my hair correctly. Or
Yeah.
maybe the barber didn't cut my hair correctly. That's why they always put a mirror behind, right? They go
Yeah.
like this to show
Yeah.
you what is it that they did,
Mm.
what you're missing. Why do we have a rear view mirror in our car? To see what's coming at you,
Yeah.
not to see what you've passed,
Hmm.
but to see if there's something coming at you that you may have to avoid,
That's right.
because that's what a coach is going to be. They're your rear view mirror. They're your overview mirror. They're your left side. They're your right side. This is why we need leaders. This is why we're asking everybody, do not hesitate. Go to sifurafael.com/unified to join us March. Listen, you can join us March 14th and 15th, but if you want to be the VIP, come to March 13th through the 15th. Join us on that Friday night because we're going to have a mastermind experience. We're going to have a dinner. We're going to have great times together. So do yourself a favor. Come and be part of the unified leadership community that we're building. Unfortunately, we have to get boogieing, but Coach Tio, can I tell you, brother, not only do I love you, but I love the sessions that we have together.
Yeah, me too, bro. Me too, dog. It's food for the soul. It's food for the soul, man. You know, and the light bulbs are flicking. So
That's it.
that's good. So I thank you once again, man. I look forward to these Fridays, man, where we come together. Man, the unified leadership is it's special, man. In March, as you can see, the website scrolling 13th through the 15th, man, check it out. You know, look at it now. Give yourself time to prepare. Don't wait. It's a lot of different things out there, but I'm telling you, this is warranted. And when I say this, meaning what you just heard today. Imagine us all coming to collective in that one aspect of that leadership of growth. Man, it's a beautiful thing. So I thank you, brother, and I pray you have a great rest of your day, man. And I'm gonna implement some of the things that you taught today. I'm implementing it, dog.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen,
Thank you.
and I want to see you Monday and see who's Mind Body Method.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Anybody ever interested, reach out to Tio, right? Reach out to me. We're here to help you become a better leader. And not only a better leader for yourself, but for your community and your family.
Yeah, bro.
Because that's what it's about. All right, everybody. God bless. We'll see you
God
next time.
bless. Peace.
Unified leadership. Let's move. Let's lead. Let's ride. Unified leadership. Light the flame. Turn it up loud. Remember the name. Unified leadership.